147 grain Browning. Let's see how it goes. Welcome back to the Wanneroo channel, folks. Today we've got an awesome video for you today on this beautiful fall day. A video on a Italian police surplus Beretta 92. I'm gonna give you the backstory on this here, and then also too we're gonna do tons of shooting with it. These are still available too. Classic Firearms, they've still got them. Last I looked, they've come into the country. This one here is about 40 years old, and they're available for a very reasonable price too. I don't have any association with Classic Firearms. I bought this on my own, so just so you all know. And today, have a look here at the range. What a beautiful day it is today. 70 degrees up here in the mountains. You can't beat it. The leaves are starting to turn some, but we're a little bit behind this year on the leaves. But we're going to have some fun today. Let's get started. So folks, the sun, of course, is bright today, very bright. But let's have a closer look here at this Beretta 92. So whenever you get it, it comes in a box. Now, my understanding is that with the Italian police services, whenever they turn in their old Berettas, they go back through refurbishing at Beretta itself. And then, you know, obviously Beretta is selling them their new pistols and all that good stuff. Beretta, of course, has been around for, 500 some years, whatever. And this particular one here, this came from Guardia di Finanza, which is, and you can see the GF here on the frame. And Guardia di Finanza, they are kind of a weird police agency in that it's kind of a mix between the Border Patrol, the IRS, organized crime, all that stuff. Somehow they combine it into one police agency. And so it looks like these were in service for probably a couple decades. I'm suspecting this one right here, this is a SB model. Probably it's probably about a 1983, 84 model is what I'm suspecting. I think you can look up the serial number to figure that out, but I believe that's what it is. And overall, the condition on it is really, really good, I would say, considering its age and everything. The only thing I noticed, there's like a slight little bit of surface rust there, but other than that, looks really, really good. Really good condition. I gave it just kind of a minor clean, didn't get too heavy with it, but ran some ramrods down the barrel and just gave it a little tidy up. But I would say for the age, it's been shot, but it's looking pretty good overall. Then on the box here, you can see the GDF, Guardia di Finanza, the police agency it came from, and all that. It doesn't really come with much more other than the box. There is one old school magazine that it comes with. And then I went out and I purchased some Metgar magazines, some brand new ones. These are 18 rounders. Of course, the old ones, these are 15 rounders. Let's have a look here at the feed ramp. It's clear to me that it was shot and everything, and it seemed to be reasonably well taken care of and everything. There's not much in the way of holster wear. There's, of course, a little bit of some typical markings there on the barrel from being shot, but really no surprise with that. Everything on it is kind of very direct in terms of nothing on it feels sloppy. The trigger on it is really good. I've only shot it once before. But the trigger on it is really nice. Everything, the mag release, so really nice condition. Practically, I would say it's not exactly new, but it's been very well cared for to where it doesn't feel all that different from new. And the one cool thing with Beretta too is they have gradually over time, they just keep improving the 92. And so they just keep making all these little improvements. Obviously, it's still in production today, and they just keep adding little improvements along the way. So the SB here, this kind of came about because the U.S. Air Force, they wanted a button release. So whenever the Army did their trials for the M9, they basically just improved on the SB just a little bit changed up the trigger guard and all that. But yeah, looking real sharp. Let's shoot it. So we've got our surplus magazine in there. We are totally loaded up. Let's go ahead and get the safety off. We'll just do some one-handed shooting here first. Kind of a stout trigger pull on that double action first trigger pull. Real nice single action pull. Very accurate. Nice. Nice shooter. Let's try two hands now. These Mekar magazines, they go in super nice, really nice. Awesome. Yeah, I love shooting this. Ammo today that we're going to use, I just kind of grabbed some stuff off the shelf. So we'll shoot some of this Browning 9mm Luger. I thought this was pretty good ammo. It's 147 grain. So I'm not really sure if the 92 will like it or not, but we'll find out. And then I just wanted like a regular 115 grain ammo. So I found this in my stash. It was a bin I made back in 2017. And it's made with autocomp powder and just 115 grain Hornady bullet. Let's open it up and have a quick look. So there's some of the ammo there. So I make really nice 9mm ammo. You can check out some of my 9mm reloading videos. We're going to be doing more 9mm projects here coming up soon. But yep, we'll shoot a mix of this and also to that Browning stuff. We got our Team Wendy helmet here. This is how I do my GoPro filming. I have a rig to put my GoPro in the front, and that's how we go with that. So, all right, 147 grain Browning. Let's see how it goes. Already out of quarters? Damn. Nice. The cool thing about the Beretta 92 is that really it's kind of a pistol of the 1980s, and it was a pistol where at the time it really kind of blew up in popularity. The U.S. military adopted it. Revolvers were kind of falling out of fashion with police agencies, and they were moving to semi-automatics. So different police agencies adopted the 92, and famously at the time it was used in many Hollywood films. The ones I can think of off the top of my head. Lethal Weapon, you know, Martin Riggs. There's a scene in Lethal Weapon where he rags on Danny Glover about still carrying a revolver. And also, too, Die Hard with John McClane. And at the time, a lot of Americans, we didn't really get to see these films, or they were harder to find. But some of the Hong Kong gun fu movies, especially with Chow Yun-fat, there was also that famous director, his name slips my mind right now, John Woo. He made a lot of films, and the Beretta 92 was the big star in a lot of those films. And if you've never seen some of those with Chow Yun-fat, like The Killer, Hard Boiled and all that, definitely check those movies out. So one thing I like is these Metgar magazines. They slide in and out so super smooth, and 18 round capacity too, so that's really awesome. I like that. In terms of the firearm so far, like first impressions, I like the thing about it. I like is all the controls. Everything is very positive, kind of very direct, but also kind of smooth, if that makes any sense. So the slide and everything, also too, like the safety, just, you know, it's like, there again, it has like it just has like a really good feel to all the controls. And then also too, let's have a look here at the trigger here. That first double action pull, it is kind of stout, you know, but it's not like excessive. I've dealt with some other double action pulls where it's just really kind of excessive. The single action pull is real nice. There's just kind of like a little bit of take up there, and then nice and smooth and direct, you know, and hammer falls. So super nice with that. I really like that. Again, super nice. Just a little bit of take up there, real smooth. I mean, the trigger pull like on this is like perfect just for, you know, just shooting regular matches and stuff. IDPA, USPSA. Awesome. A bit of accuracy testing, and what we'll do is we'll do 5 rounds. We'll do 5 rounds in 115 grain at 20 yards, and we'll just use a regular IDPA target just to kind of simulate if we were at a match or something. And then we'll do 5 rounds in 147 grain. We'll see if there's any difference. Who knows? Okay, so we'll start out with 147 grain, and let's see what we get. Oh, that's looking good. All right, let's try the 115 grain now. Oh, that wasn't as good. So that sucked. That looked a bit better. All right, folks, let's take a quick look at accuracy here. So first group, mega happy with. And one thing too I got to say is I'm gradually evolving and switching to kind of 147 grain in 9mm. I just think it kind of works better overall. The 115 grain myself personally, I still have tons of those bullets, but I'm gradually just kind of phasing those out. And this group right here, super nice. We're probably looking at maybe well, probably totally maybe a 2-inch spread and just under that. And at 20 yards standing, two-handed, no rest or anything like that, with a 40-year-old firearm and the kind of worn out iron sights, the paint is a little bit kind of faded on them. We'll take that any day of the week. Super happy with that. That works just fine. If you can do tighter than that, sweet. But for any IDPA, USP, PSA match, if you've got that kind of accuracy at 20 yards, you are good to go. The 115 grain kind of spread out a little bit there. I don't want to turn the camera up too much because the sun is kind of out there, but it kind of spread out a little bit. We were still in the 0, which, you know, at, again, IDPA, USPSA match. Hey, if we're in that zone, we're still bang on good. But the group definitely spread out a little bit, but still, you know, decent enough accuracy. And then down here, I decided to go ahead and reshoot that. And I was a little bit happier this time. I went for the -1 right here, and we had 3 that were pretty much kind of stacked pretty close to it. And we did have 2 that kind of dropped down there. They were a little bit of a flyer. You know, so overall, you know, the 115 grain accuracy was acceptable. You know, that's fine. But I was really kind of stoked here with the 147 grain. That was sweet. So folks, let's go ahead and wrap up this video with our final thoughts on the Beretta 92 SB. Well, I gotta say, for $4, fantastic value, and what a awesome firearm to shoot. I thought it was very accurate. I thought all the controls on it real nice and direct, but smooth. The trigger on it, it has a real decent double action first trigger pull. The single action trigger pull I like. Myself personally, there's a lot of folks that they love striker fired pistols and stuff. I tend to be more hammer fired, and I've actually experimented with this in matches. I usually do about 5 to 10% better whenever I shoot a hammer fired pistol in a match, and they just kind of seem to work better for me personally. And so I have shot Beretta 92s and M9s before. But I've never owned one, so this is really cool to basically have one now. And I think I'm actually going to shoot it in a match also, especially with those 18-round magazines. I think that works for USPSA. But the trigger on it, you know, really decent, and you know, just really good quality for the money. And these 92s, they've been around since the 70s, and Beretta is still developing to this day. And I think it's going to be a design where there have been some people that have bitched and moaned about it, but it has proven to be somewhat timeless so far, because it's been around for 50 years, and it's definitely probably going to be around for another 50 years. So super nice firearm. Definitely check these out. As last I looked, they're still available. Grab you one before they go. So anyways, folks, in regards to the channel, there has been a hell of a lot of stuff going on this year. And it's just been a really crazy, wild year. And I have some projects that have been delayed, and also a lot of other new stuff I've been working on. Have the new workshop and other things I'm doing too. So there's a lot coming down the pike with the channel. I'm making videos, and I'm cranking out content all the time. So we have machine guns coming up that I've already have booked to shoot and stuff. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming down the pike. And yeah, so stay tuned, and we'll see y'all next time.